You're welcome to this tutorial, and this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create W3 filter, how to use filter to create filter, how to W3 CSS to create filters. Now let me show you what filter is. When I tell you filter, what comes to your head? Let me show you quickly this sample filter. Let me try to use let me try to type a name to search for names here. Let me try A. When I type A, this is what happens. If I insert C, this is what happens. If I insert B, this is what happens. If I insert G, this is what happens. If I insert L, you see what happens. If I insert E, you see what happens. Now, this is how a filter works. It will filter a list and bring out what you type in the search bar, in the search form. Now, let me show you how you can do that by yourself with anything that you want to do. Yeah. Now this is a W3 container. You don't need to mind about this because it's just to set a container for a section. As you know, it's just for display. It's just to set this page alright, or the page alright, not for. And this is inserted first. The filter list. You can see it here. You can see A to P. So it doesn't really have anything to do with setting up a filter. So, and I would like to inform you that what makes the filter work is JavaScript. You can see the JavaScript code there. You can pause this video so that you can use the same code, the same way, exact way, your own programming, your own your own coding. Now you can see this is an input form. As you can see, input is an input tag, and we use W3 input, W3 border, W3 padding, and the type is text. Placeholder is search for names, and the ID, don't ever forget the ID. It is very important. Don't forget the ID attribute with name my input. Don't forget that my and I is capital letter. And on key up, this is a function. This is an attribute for a function that is, can you see, a key is released. When a key is released, then let a JavaScript function work. You get that now? So instead of on click, it is on key up. That is, when you get to the filter list and you come here and you press a key on your keyboard, once you remove your hand from the key, it does what? It filters out what to put in the input form. Can you see? On key up, the function works. The JavaScript code, the JavaScript program, it works. When on key up, it works immediately. And under this, we have UL, we have list on other lists, and the class is w3ul and w3 margin top, so that we can have margin and we can use the w3ul to start it. Now don't forget that in this UL we have ID, which is my UL. That's just a name, and it can always be substituted for whatever suits you. Just make sure that wherever you are referring to the same ID name, must be constant. You must always use it as you type it. If it is in capital letter MY, it must be the same as this is in. Can you see my UL? Can you see it here? The same thing is here on my input. Can you see the same thing in the JavaScript code? So if you want the JavaScript code to work, you have got to do it this way. So you don't have to understand the JavaScript code right now. You have to understand it. When you learn more, you'll be able to do more. So this is how to use filter. And don't forget that you can always use effect on your filter. You can use the class over W3 over. You can use W3 over it, so that when this is over on, it will. Let me reload it. Can you see? Can you see this? So you can always use effect. You can always use effect. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Thank you so much. See you in my next tutorial. Thank you.